this is Miguel Martinez. Today I'll be showing you around my Arduino robotic arm. I'm going to start by showing you all some of the circuit components. As you can see, we have 3 potentiometers to control each joint of the robot. So in this case, we have 3 joints. It also has 2 buttons to record and play 5 positions. So for example, if you want the robot arm to repeat specific movements and perform a repetitive task, you can do exactly that. One button is to record each position and the other executes that pattern. And I'll be demonstrating that in a minute. Connecting capacitors to each servo, which I did here on the breadboard, helps stabilize the servos and not be jittery when connected to power. Here is the set of code I used for the Arduino robot arm. It runs pretty smooth, so I really didn't have to change or adjust any of it. Throughout the program, there are comments for each chunk of code that helps explain what exactly each line of code means, which is really helpful in understanding how to program with Arduino. Here it shows the recording of the 5 positions. One thing I thought was pretty cool was when you open the serial monitor while the robot is running through the pattern, it displays the angle of the servos at each of the 5 positions. And I'll show you all that once we get the robot up and going. This is the website I based my Arduino robot arm off of. It's called Arduino Project Hub. We have a lot of Arduino projects. This is just one of them. Here is a list of the components needed for this project. They also have a video of them demonstrating the robot arm. Here you'll be able to view the arm construction and know how to piece it together. They also provide a copy of the code. And finally, we have the schematics of the circuit. So if you all want to build this project, it's all on this website, Arduino Project Hub. Now I'll be talking about the construction of the robot arm. Obviously I used wood. It's a bit more sturdier than cardboard. Attached to the tip is a rare earth magnet, which is very strong and can easily attract other magnetic objects. We have 3 servos, that's 1, 2, and one at the bottom, enclosed in that capsule. The one towards the top is a micro servo, which is different than a regular one, in that they draw less power. The reason I put it at the tip is because it's attached to the finger of the arm, and I need it to be more gentle in its movements. It is now time to pre-program the robot and record the robot steps. So first step is to plug the robot into a power source. It's gonna go crazy at first, but we'll get it right. So now that we have the robot plugged into a power source, we can use the potentiometers to control each servo. So we'll set each servo to its correct spot. In here. Okay. So now that we have an idea of where we want the robot to be positioned, we can open the serial monitor and see our positions being saved. So okay, let me just set the robot real quick. Okay. So this is the position we want the robot to be in first. So the first step is to press the 1 button. Oh shoot, that's me. Okay, so we press the first button. Position 1 saved. So we now go to the second position we want it to be in. So that second position is going to be towards the table and grabbing an object. So let's do that real quick. Okay, there. Now that it's touching the table, we save that position. Okay, now that it's saved, we go to the third position. So the third position is basically just pick up the object. We want the arm to pick it up. So it's basically just moving the finger of the arm upwards. There we go. So we save that position. Now that it's saved, we go to the fourth one. So now we want the robot arm to rotate to the opposite side. So we'll be doing that right now. We rotate 180 degrees into that spot. That's perfect spot right there, and we save that spot. Now that it's saved, we go to the final position. We just want the arm to lower it down and drop off the object it was carrying. So we just move the finger a bit down. Finally, it's in the downward position, and we save right there. So now that all positions are saved, we can go ahead and play it. And there we go. It'll be repeating that process on and on. So now that we've pre-programmed these steps we want the robot to repeat, we can try it out. I've grabbed a couple of paper clips to see if the robot can retrieve them and give them back to me. So let's try it out. And it got it. And I got it back. Let's try that one more time. Let's wait for it to come back. And it got it. I got it back again. So obviously this is for repetitive tasks. This could be scaled up and be part of assembly lines in manufacturing companies. Not only do we want robots to perform a task over and over, but we want them to do it in the most efficient way possible. For this robot arm, I've attached a magnet to the tip. It didn't have to be a magnet. It could have been some type of gripper where it could actually grab stuff. But I wanted it to grab stuff fairly easily, so a magnet was perfect.